It was just another Tuesday, or so I thought. I was the last one in the office, finishing up a report that was due first thing in the morning. The building was quiet, just the low hum of the servers and the distant rumble of the city outside. As I packed up my bag, I passed by conference room 3. The door was shut, which was odd. We always left them open overnight. I reached for the handle, planning to prop it open, but it was locked. Solid. That's when I heard it. A murmur, a low hushed conversation coming from inside. I pressed my ear against the cold wood. It was faint, but definitely there. 2 voices, maybe 3, speaking in a language I couldn't place. It wasn't English, or Spanish, or anything I'd ever heard before. The cadence was strange, rhythmic, almost like a chant. My heart started to pound. Was it the cleaning crew? No, they always started on the top floor and worked their way down. I was on the 7th. I pulled out my phone, thinking I should call security, but I hesitated. What would I say? That I hear ghosts in conference room 3. They'd think I was crazy. The voices grew slightly louder, more animated. There was a sharp, guttural sound, followed by a soft, melodic one. It was a debate, an argument, but the tones were so alien. I couldn't make out any emotion I recognized. No anger, no joy, just something else. Something ancient. I knocked, softly at first, then harder. Hello, is anyone in there? The voices stopped, instantly. The silence that followed was heavier than any sound. I waited, holding my breath, my ears still pressed to the door. Nothing, not a whisper, not a shuffle. It was as if no one had ever been there at all. I tried the handle again, still locked. I backed away slowly, my eyes fixed on the door. Every instinct screamed at me to run, to get out of the building and never look back. But curiosity, a stupid, powerful curiosity, held me there. I fumbled for my master keycard, the one reserved for emergencies. My hand was shaking so badly I could barely slide it into the reader. The light blinked green and the lock clicked open. Taking a deep breath, I pushed the door open. The room was empty, completely, utterly empty. The chairs were perfectly aligned around the long oak table. The whiteboard was wiped clean. The air was still and cool. There was no sign that anyone had been in there for hours. I stood in the doorway, my mind racing, trying to make sense of it. I even checked under the table, behind the curtains. Nothing. As I was about to leave, defeated and confused, I noticed something on the table. A single, small, black feather. It was iridescent, shimmering with colors that seemed to shift in the dim light. I reached out to touch it, and just as my fingers brushed its surface, the door slammed shut behind me, plunging the room into darkness. And then, right beside my ear, the whispering began again. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more unsettling tales from the everyday world. See you next time.